I love you.
Want to talk about it?
We're gonna get a little more serious today. We have a lot of fun. But I think there's some things that we want to talk about in relation to really our relationship with you.
I think what's just so great about us having this platform and this show is that
And really one of the reasons we wanted to do it.
we just wanted to have a place where we can just be ourselves and we can talk about what we want to talk about and we can be honest about things that we want to be honest about. None of this is scripted. Like, we come into each one of these and we're just, what are we going to talk about today? And we just do it.
We love it. We love sharing our lives.
There's this weird thing, this weird dynamic of going onto a show and becoming, I don't like to say famous, but almost a sense of like having this instant fame just for being yourself, right? So it's not like you're famous for having some sort of talent or you're a singer. It's all on just you and who people think you are and their perception
And then especially
of you.
when we're both like defined by what people know, which is how we fell in love.
I am so beyond grateful for the show. To have this sort of show where I get to talk to people that care about us, like it still to this day blows my mind. But there are layers to it, right? So the whole discussion and conversation that we have today kind of just came from one of the comments, because we're always reading your messages and your comments, and the question was from Elizabeth Cox, and it says, do you feel like overall your true character was portrayed well throughout your time on the show, or did you find yourself having to defend who you are after certain scenes or episodes have aired? All the nasty stuff people said about Jordan, and it kind of made me sad because I loved him and I wanted to defend him, and they don't get to see how everything played out throughout that whole day or that whole time. You know, you don't know this person, you don't know everything about them, and so to pass judgment on certain scenarios or situations, kind of stinks, right? So this is actually a comment that one of you guys wrote on one of our episodes of Engaged, and it says, full disclosure, I thought Jordan was in it for the wrong reasons and you would end up heartbroken. How wrong was I? Y'all are by far my favorite couple from The Bachelor, Bachelorette. Jordan is awesome, and I'm so sorry I ever judged him. Why did that
That's really sweet.
That made me a little emotional reading that. Yeah, you know what's funny, guys? Kind of thought the same thing about Jordan when I met him. And it was a struggle the whole time we were together. I knew how great we were and how much I cared for him and I was falling in love with him, but there was something, and so this was an example of where I totally judged him. But like the whole time, I had this thought in the back of my head, like, dude, this guy's gonna leave me brokenhearted. And you know, when it came down to Jordan and Robbie, it's like, obviously, my heart was with Jordan, but it was like I had this safe choice, right? In my mind, this is what I thought at the time. In my mind at the time, let's just note that. The safe choice could have been Robbie, and then Jordan was gonna be like, I'm gonna take this risk on love. And like, boy, how wrong was I too? Because in that moment, I was like, I'm gonna follow my heart. I love this man so much. You know what, if I get heartbroken, then whatever, I followed my heart. And he has been the safest thing that I've ever experienced in my whole life. So I was wrong too. I'm crazy. Okay, I get emotional. So
I'm glad you made that decision.
Me too, but it's so funny because like I get it. Like we were on the same page.
Like you said, there's always question marks with whoever it is, however that your feelings were about me or anybody else on the show, there's always question marks.
I know that it had to have hurt you.
Yeah, it's hard. I feel like I have an ability to kind of like shut certain emotions off if I need to. I try to turn a blind eye to a lot of like the negativity, and especially around the show and rumors and lies and what people thought about me. And I think that was probably why the first couple months together was so hard.
First year, guys.
Yeah, the first year, because we were sorting through all these perceptions, and it's hard not to listen to people. It's hard not to listen to articles, so I can't blame you for having questions and me wanting to defend myself or prove myself. And I feel like I'm a very confident person, but everybody has that point where something really gets to you, and it can be the most trivial things.
Everyone says, you signed up for this. This is what comes with the territory. And it's like, okay, like, I get it. But I still deserve, as just a human being, like some level of like grace. And I feel like that kind of gets lost, right? It's because they think that you put yourself out there, that you've just offered up your rights to everything that is personal to you. No one knew me, no one knew anything about my life, to instantly people knew everything about me or thought they knew everything about me. They knew my family, they knew my relationships, and just the attention, whether it's good or bad, it's like, it's overwhelming at first.
Something happened just the other night that we wanted to talk about. We were
In New York,
traveling for
Fletch.
work. Yeah, I had gone down and done a workout, and I came back up, and I know my fiance so well, and she is so strong. But when something's affecting her, I know, like, she doesn't have to be visibly showing it.
I had this long day at work, and I had posted a photo because I had gotten my makeup done, and I thought I looked really, like, I loved the way my hair looked and everything that day. So I posted a photo. I mean, my gosh, guys, the comments that came from that were just so awful. Just talking about my looks and how fake I looked and how I looked like a plastic surgery nightmare. And I deleted the photo, and then after I deleted that photo, I just started bawling because I was like, I am so mad at myself. I'm so mad that that affected me to the point where I would delete a photo that I liked.
But I think what gets lost in social media is no matter if you have 1 million followers or 5 followers, you have influence just by speaking those words or just by commenting on someone's picture. So don't think that just because we're sitting here as influencers that you don't have power and influence as well. And that was a moment that I got really angry. I got, like, cause I'm seeing my fiance sitting there in tears. I wanted to go right away and get on social media and post a video, or we just like try to ignore it, which is really hard, no matter if it's 1 comment or 100.
But we do it because I ignore it every single day, and then there are days that it sucks. It's not just me. All of my
No.
girlfriends from the show, people like to comment on all of our pages that we've had like a nose job or a chin implant or this. First off, who cares whether or not they've done something or not? The problem here is you being mean about someone's looks. Outside of that, why does that affect you? People also attack Jordan on his career, saying he's not good enough or that he has a career because of the show or the stuff that they say. Then that pisses me off because I know how hard you work. Everybody has influence in this world. And I just want to encourage people to
use it for good.
yeah, like just take a step back and just think about how it may affect that person that you think you know, but maybe you don't know everything about them.
And otherwise, I will find you if you comment on her photos. And
Oh, it's fine. That's the
I'm
thing.
just
It's like
kidding.
everyone's entitled to their opinion. I remember texting some of my girlfriends from the show, and I'm like, how do you deal with this? I was talking to Caitlin and Becca, and we're all in the same boat. Like, we all get it, and so it's not new, but it affects all of us. And so, like I said, that's part of this whole thing. I could be wrong, but I really think that like these mean comments and the trolls, like I feel like it all comes from a place of pain and hurt and something that you're going through. And I just feel like if there's anything that we can like talk about now, it's like instead of trolling, like talk about it. If you're feeling something, if you're in pain, just talk to someone about it. Send me a message. I don't know if I can help, but I want to try.
literally, she responds to almost every message she gets.
I try. I don't. There's a lot in there, so I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
haven't responded, but I try.
but I mean, like, she'll go through there, and if there's ever anything that we can do to help you or to talk about, or if there's ever any subjects, whether it's mental health or whether it's just being positive, whatever it is, like, we can talk about those things on here, and that's something that we want to be able to do. We want to be able to have an open conversation with everybody so we can be better. So we
Let's
can
be better.
positive.
If this can do anything for anybody that's watching this, is just try to be kinder and better and more aware of the influence and the power that you actually have.
In that moment when she's broken down because of a number of comments that were just mean, I think I saw not the person that you see, but I saw the person that I fell in love with, because she wasn't in tears because all of a sudden she thought she wasn't as good looking as the picture was. She was sad because she was like,
couldn't
I wonder why
understand.
they're hurting that they need to reach out like that. So she was more worried about you. Like, I want to be able to help that person. Like, why do they need to resort that? They must be in so much pain. And that's something I would have just been pissed. I
Well-
would not have been thinking about you.
And
That's
it-
why she's better than me.
I call myself very confident. I don't let things faze me really any. Then I think about the people who maybe aren't as tough as me, and who maybe are in a tougher situation, and on top to maybe have those comments directed toward them. Like breaks my heart because not everyone is strong enough to get through the mean comments, right? It's a much bigger thing than I think people who do it realize it is, you know? So I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. I feel like I've been reading a bunch of like negative comments. This is a comment that we got, and it says, not a question, but my favorite scene from your season is the rose ceremony where Jojo wore a gorgeous royal blue flowing gown, Argentina. Jordan got you and you walked outside and sat on the steps. He said he wanted to be engaged at the end of this, and he said, and I quote, I know we can get there.
I remember that. That's when I gave you that little painting I had done
Yes.
of the island in Uruguay. Also remember that dress.
You guys, I feel like, loved watching like our love story unfold on the show. But what is even more touching and is so much greater to me is how much you still love watching us go through life. We're so thankful, and it's just a really cool thing to
We
have
got
you
a lot
guys.
more. We might be sitting here like 80 years old doing
Oh
this.
my God, how good would
Huh?
that be?
What? Huh? We filming still?
We
Huh?
hope you
Where's
may,
my teeth?
You may not care about it then, but we appreciate you now.
Don't
So
forget to subscribe.
subscribe, and you'll see us next week.